Welcome back. Yes, indeed, we're turning attention now to what do we do to stem the rising food prices, as the data released by MBS some time ago. We've got Mr. Wale Oyekoya here with us. He's the CEO of Bama Farms. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Well, this certainly does raise a lot of concern for consumers and I imagine for everyone. But from farmers' perspective, maybe let's start from there. What do you think is responsible for this?
There are so many issues that have to be tackled before we can address the prices of food, especially when it comes to climate change that is affecting everywhere in the world. And we keep on saying without the storage facilities, we keep on having the same problem we are having yearly. And storage facilities is very, very important, because if you're able to store what you harvest this time, whatever the problem, whatever the crisis, like the flood that is happening all over the world, we will not be having this problem. By and large, infrastructure is the key. When you have a bad road leading to the farm, definitely when you have a little erosions, it's going to wipe away the whole road that we have. At the same time, funding is a key. If you don't have funding to this sector, we cannot expand. We are talking about production here. Production does not just arrive. It's a systematic something that takes time. Especially whatever you grow does not just come up like that. So we have to increase on our production. That is why we are having a lot of problems. We've been talking about imminent food crisis for the past 3 years. If you come to my office, we have a whole lot of newspaper clip. But what has the government been doing to even really listen to the stakeholders? Government come today, government come tomorrow. That does not mean that the policy should be changing like a clothes.
Well, when we had you here some months back, yes, and we looked at the government and its committee, which was set up to crash down the prices of food items in the markets. From that time to now, how do you tell us how that has progressed? Did you see a situation such as which we're in now, from that point in time when we had that discussion, and the government's resolutions and the reasons why food prices are up, and have they been able to work on it to bring it down?
If you remember my answer to your question at that time, I said it's not going to work without increasing our production. And still, it's not working. Because if you look at the prices of some of these food items from that time, it has really gone up more than 50%. If you go to the market today, compared to that 6 months or 3 months that we've been discussing about this thing, it's not changing. So what is the government doing that are not really listening to the stakeholders? You cannot just bring a consultant to come and be dictating to the people, to the farmers. It's the farmer that know where the shoes pinches. They are the ones that know the burden of rearing or raising an animal. If you look at the food prices now, if we keep on going, I told you the other time that I said we have just started. Okay. Surely enough, we just started, because the production is not really increasing.
You know, that part of the challenge now, the Benue governor has recently spoken and said, look, there may just be some challenge, far short of using the word crisis or food scarcity, sure, as a result of the flood, sure, that we've seen in Benue, and that raises a lot of concern. How or what kinds of actions should we be taking to ensure that that doesn't become a problem?
You have to remember that there's flooding every year. So what has the government been doing to really tackle what is coming to
magnitude?
If you remember Ogunpa in Ibadan, if you remember in the north also, it happens every year. Every year in the world.
We remember those ones.
Just recently in Houston, Texas. You understand? So it's just the precaution that the government are taking that is really affecting. If you look at most of these farmers, are they insured? The answer is no. We have NAIC. What is the NAIC doing to really cushion the effect of the farmers? What about the federal government? What about the state government? What about even the local government? What are they really doing to really say, don't worry, we buy all what is
lost? Does local government do anything whatsoever?
I don't even see what they are doing, my brother. It's one of the things that we are going to discuss, because the local government is supposed to be the grassroots of farmers. The local government chairman is supposed to go to wherever there is crisis and pass it over to the state, and the state can now liaise with the federal government. But we are not seeing that. What about all the constituency allowances that all these so-called National Assembly are getting there to their pocket? This is where the money is supposed to go into the constituency.
Give us an example for your own scenario, your own farms,
Yes.
which is located in the local government.
Yes.
Which regulatory agencies or which authorities do you have to deal with to ensure that things move on?
Definitely it's supposed to be the local government. But if you go there, like I need tractors in my farm because I have a whole lot of farm over 100 acres. They cannot even provide me with tractors. They cannot even provide me with pesticides. They cannot even provide me ordinary knapsack. So it's so bad that if people that are in the authority are expecting the food prices to come down, and you are not even really helping the farmers in terms of so many equipments or there's something going on especially with the maize. We call it armyworm. It's affecting so many farms today, and it's going to affect the yield. It's going to affect the